Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my people, my people, my people, distinguished audience watching live right now, happy Human Rights Day. My name is Empress Golding, and today we want to remind each and every one of you that we have rights. Everybody have rights, and we're going to get up, stand up, and what? Stand up for our rights. Ladies and gentlemen, first, let us stand for the most beautiful anthem in the world, our Jamaican national anthem. Jamaica land we love. So again, how is everybody doing? What a year it has been. But I know that 2021 is going to get better. We are here today coming to you live from the National Family Planning Board's NFPB's Human Rights Day Observance and Mass Media Campaign launch event here at the Jamaica Pegasus. Everybody have rights. We need to protect our rights. We need to talk about the rights that children have, the rights that adults have, the rights that the elderly have. And it is being observed today as a part of the Virtual Respect Tour under the theme, everybody say it with me watching live, everybody have rights, stand up for human rights today. Now invite your friend them for log on right now at NFP Jamaica on all social media platforms, namely Facebook and Instagram is where most of you are right now, and stay tuned for the information, excitement, and of course, everywhere I go, I promise with NFPB to give you something. So we're going to give away something today. So you have to listen to the information. I will ask questions throughout this live media launch, and we'll see who is going to take home the prize. Remember, we all have a right to life. We have a right to education, and we need to have this discussion in every home, in every community, so we can make Jamaica the better place to live, work, do business, and die. When I say die, meaning we're all going to go in transition. And we want to go knowing we lived our best life. And we can be sent off in the best way, preparing the space for the generation to take over. So, my people, we have a right to life. We have a right to happiness. We have a right for every child to be a happy Jamaican citizen. I put the happy part in there. So when we talk about children and teenagers, we have so many partners who are doing so much work in this country for our Jamaican citizens. And our partners today will bring remarks. This woman coming to this platform right now has been doing so much work to help teenage pregnant girls with the Eve for Life Foundation. She is a director, and as one of the partners, she's a co-chair of the Joint Civil Society Forum. My people, honorable Jamaicans, I now invite Mrs. Joy Crawford to bring remarks, because everybody have rights, she have rights, I have rights, and we're going to protect each other's rights. Mrs. Crawford, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You know, today I stand as I thought about the theme. I stand with Nelson Mandela in saying to deny people's human rights is to challenge their very humanity. The Joint Civil Society Forum on HIV and AIDS is pleased to be associated with this important campaign. Stigma and discrimination continues to be the #1 barrier to people accessing HIV prevention, treatment, and care services, and this is a clear violation of human rights. Stigma and discrimination seeks to deny one's humanity and one's human rights. People continue to live and have a challenge simply because they're HIV infected or affected in accessing our justice system, as they fear that discrimination that they may face if their status is revealed during legal proceedings. Access to justice means timely investigations, the resolution of human rights abuse, protection and support of life and livelihood, prompt and effective remedies by competent, independent, and fair tribunals. It is in this light that work around improving the enabling environment through the promotion of human rights is extremely important to us, and extremely important to the civil society community responding to HIV and AIDS in Jamaica. This launch day is an important milestone in the fight for the guarantee of every Jamaican's right to freedom from discrimination. And it's an important step in ensuring that the community that we serve have access to health and justice, and our goals of ending AIDS by 2030 can be achieved. The Forum is pleased to be associated with this campaign and congratulates the National Family Planning Board and its partners in taking the initiative to lead this process. It is even more significant that we're launching this campaign on the International Human Rights Day under the theme, Recover Better and Stand for Unified Rights. We see the link with stigma and discrimination as far as it concerns gender-based violence in our country and HIV. And we want to know and to declare that, as the Article 1 says in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. They are endowed with reason and conscience and should act towards one another in the spirit of brotherhood and sisterhood. So we call on every Jamaican today and throughout the campaign to be vested in a railway, learn the information, make the right choices, and let us all continue to play our part in promoting and upholding human rights. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Crawford. If only every child knew that they were born free and knew that they had a right to education, to a clean environment. We have so much work to do in our communities, and it starts with the little ones, the babies who are born today. How do we instill that knowledge of human rights and child rights in them and infuse it in the education system? We have a lot of work to do, but I'm so happy to be on this journey as well with the NFPB and other partners to remind everybody that they have rights and they must be respected. Ladies and gentlemen, right now I'd like to invite another partner to bring remarks. She was appointed Minister of State in September 2020 with the responsibility for maternal health, HIV prevention, reduction of drug abuse, and the blood bank, and the wellness agenda. Ladies and gentlemen, I invite the Honorable Juliet Cuthbert Flynn, Minister of State in the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Good afternoon, everyone. ran from one meeting to the next. Masters of Ceremony, I don't see the Honorable Delroy Chuck here. Mrs. Arlene Harrison Henry, Public Defender. Ms. Lovette Byfield, Executive Director, National Family Planning Board. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, members of the media, a pleasant good afternoon to all. December 10th is a day designated to reflect on and reaffirm the importance of our rights as human beings. On Human Rights Day, we want to focus on rebuilding the world that we want. The need for global solidarity, interconnectedness, and shared humanity is indicative of a truly thriving global community. Living the events of 2020, we cannot deny that togetherness is of paramount importance to us as a people, and despite the odds, it is the connective tissue that binds us together. This year, we have seen our lives halted by COVID-19 pandemic. We are in a time characterized by restrictions on our movements and our ability to fully act upon our rights as people, as citizens, and as humans. The government of Jamaica has a hard task of balancing and protecting the population while not infringing on the rights of our people. This year's Human Rights Day theme, Recover Better, Stand Up for Human Rights, relates to the COVID-19 pandemic and focuses on the need to rebuild a better Jamaica by ensuring human rights are central to all recovery efforts. In our public health sector, we are guided by Jamaica's National Development Plan, Vision 2030. And Vision 2030 commits to the security of the health and wellness of the Jamaican people and promises a healthcare system that is affordable and accessible to everyone. The plan aims to monitor and control diseases in the population whilst ensuring that health service responds quickly to those in need of them. Additionally, Jamaica, like every other country, also takes very seriously its commitment to the attainment of universal health coverage by 2030, and that I know is being worked on. We strongly believe that our entire population should have timely access to quality health services that is promotive, protective, preventative, curative, rehabilitative, and palliative. To this end, we have placed great emphasis on enhancing our primary care program, developing human resources for health, and advancing a strategy for healthcare that refocuses the population on wellness and taking responsibility for the maintenance of good health. The government, through the Ministry of Health and Wellness, has formulated a 10-year strategic plan, which focuses on 6 strategic goals that focuses on safeguarding access to equitable, comprehensive, and quality health care. It also looks at improving leadership and governance, improving health financing for equity and efficiency, sufficient human resources in the health sector, social participation, and health promotion, and improving infrastructure. As part of our immediate action plan, the ministry has implemented 2 components of our compassionate care program, which prioritizes citizen-focused healthcare and emphasizes customer service and empathy, as well as promoting volunteerism in the delivery of care. One pillar of the compassionate care program is our complaint management system, CMS. This system is geared towards addressing concerns, dissatisfaction, or queries related to treatments, procedures, or services offered at public health facilities, designated private healthcare facilities, and/or of the customer-facing division within the ministry as a means of informing improvements in service delivery. In addition to the physical upgrades and beautification of our health facilities. The second pillar of our compassionate care program also trains workers in customer service. So far, over 3,000 members of the health sector have been trained. A key component of the upgrade that is done at public health facilities is the mounting of patients' rights and responsibility charter, and those look lovely in the health centers, by the way. Persons are able to sit, wait, and they're able to read the Charter of Rights. This is boldly presented on the walls of the waiting areas of health centers and hospitals across the island. We are committed to this program and will continue to expand it with the aim of ensuring the best health outcome and access to health care for all Jamaicans. In closing, let me applaud the National Family Planning Board, an agency of the Ministry of Health and Wellness, in launching this campaign aimed at increasing awareness about basic human rights among population. I encourage all of us to pay attention to these messages and ensure that we are in the know. Let us remember that everybody have rights. We should know our rights and report any violation of said rights. Here's to a meaningful and successful campaign. I thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Minister. All right, so to our viewers right now, we have some giveaways. I'm going to read a couple of the rights from the Charter of Fundamental Rights while we get ready for a special performance, and I'm going to ask a question right after that. The first person to respond on either the Instagram or Facebook platform will be the winner, and I will announce the winner before the end of our session here live on the platforms at NFPB Jamaica. So in Jamaica, human rights are guaranteed by the Constitution, all right? So here are some of the rights. We have the right to a peaceful assembly of association. Listen to the rights, because the question will come from some of these that I've handpicked that mean a lot to me. The right to freedom from discrimination on the ground of being male or female, race, place of origin, class, color, religion, or political opinions. I hope you're listening. Next one, the right of every child who is a citizen of Jamaica to public educational institution at the pre-primary and primary levels. Very important. Also, the right of every citizen of Jamaica who is so registered to vote in free and fair elections. And I'm going to give you one more. The right of every citizen of Jamaica to be guaranteed a passport and not be detained or deprived except by due process of law. So now you know some of your rights, right? Okay, so I will be asking you some questions in a minute. But right now, we're going to have some entertainment. We would like to express. Oh, continue. All right, I'm getting here from my team that I must continue. The dancer there must set up. All right, let me read a couple more for you, because I think it's very important for us to understand. Many Jamaicans have never seen the Constitution, have no idea what their rights are. And to tell you why this means so much to me, being, you know, I am a family member of the NFPB and E for Life, and we're out there in the streets, and we understand that sometimes the people just don't know. And if we keep the people ignorant, they will forever have ill health, they will forever be poor and miserable. So we have to empower our people to know their rights. So years ago, this brilliant idea came to my mind. And it was, how do we teach children about their rights and responsibility, looking at the Convention of the Rights of the Child. And on a day like this, we have to empower the little babies, right? Children have a right to a clean environment, a right to the right education. But how do we teach this? And this is where, before we bring on the creatives, I'm encouraging all Jamaicans watching today who are creatives to find a way to break down the Constitution, to break down the Convention of the Rights of the Child, and put it in art, in images, in dance, in story, in animation. This is where we have to go. We are bombarded with so many negative messages that we have to infuse the right information about the rights of the child, the rights of the human being, using art. That's how we tell the story. And media, as a part of the media fraternity, it's important for us to tell the right stories and to infuse the right subliminal messages if we have a vision of where we want Jamaica to go. All right? Are you with me, my people? I'm excited. I'm excited. We have the power to empower. All right? And everybody have rights. So everybody say it with me. Get up, stand up. Big tune. Yes, man. Yes, man. Mali had vision. Human rights is not a new thing, people. Which, as I said, use the music, use the animation, and use our creativity to tell the story. Okay, do we have a winner yet on the social media pages? No, we don't, because I haven't given you the question yet. Here's the question. Name one right from the Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedoms. It could be one of the rights I just read, or one that's of the, how many are there? There are 40. Oh boy, the whole heap of rights. And I'm sure we can add some more as the days go on. But I want you to write on the Instagram or Facebook page one of the rights from the Charter of the Fundamental Rights and Freedoms, known as the CFRF. That's the simplified version. And the first one to get it correct will win credit courtesy of Digicel. And later on, we'll be also giving away some Flow credit. All right, that's one question for you. One more question. We have a campaign. This is a launch of a campaign, and the campaign has a couple of slogans, and I'm sure you heard me say one of them. The other one is, know your rights, report violations now. So remember that for when I ask you the next question later on. All right, as I said, there's nothing without art, there's nothing without culture. And if we want to talk about rights and human rights, we have to dissect that information, mix it up, and blend it and dance it and express it in the right way, because traditionally we are an artistic set of people, and so the delivery of the message in Europe is not going to be the same way it's going to be delivered and received here in Jamaica. Are you with me? So with that said, every event, no matter how serious and important it is, we must infuse our art and our culture in telling that same story and keeping us mentally sane, because music, dance keeps us happy. All right? Especially during this COVID-19. We need some entertainment. So we're going to call the dancers to the stage. My people, dance expressions.
Every scheme, I juggle man, I juggle for the cream. Big up every ghetto, big up every scheme. When specialists, I juggle for the cream. Me step out and say, phone card, phone card, phone card. Banana, banana, banana. She tell me say, cash for gold, cash for gold, cash for gold. Any piece of gold, me and my any piece of gold. Really. Phone card, phone card, phone card. Banana, banana, banana. She tell me say, cash for gold, cash for gold, cash for gold. Any piece of gold, me and my any piece of gold. Well, also man hustle in the street. Also man hustle for make two ends meet. When the youth them hungry, them not skin the teeth. I mean, no one them ramp the body out the street. Even though I want it for time hungry, send check till me belly goes to hurt me, no eat, no eat. Hungry, I twist up my child like I said. And this year the money I fi make the specialist a double. Phone card, phone card, phone card.
Them no know, them no know, them no know. Send me a real top girl. Them fi know me a real top girl, real top girl, real top girl. Me can do it natural. Them no know, them no know, them no know. Send me a real top girl. Them fi know me a real top girl, real top girl, real top girl. Me can do it natural.
Well done, Dance Expressions! Woo! You see what I'm telling you about art? So, I mean, what did you take from that? Despair, frustration, discrimination, hopelessness, and then coming together as one. You saw it move from pain and anguish to happiness and laughter. We all wanted to get up and dance. So I encourage each and every one of you here today, as we talk about human rights, let's not just talk. Let's break it down. Let's mix it up and turn the pain and poverty and the lack of rights that we see for some of our own Jamaicans, move from there to a stage and a state of happiness and laughter and dancing. And it means a lot for me, because every day we open a newspaper and see that our children have no rights. Many of our children are in communities dying every day in pain. And we need to find a way to bring that laughter and that humanity and that holding of hand and dancing and that mode and mood of celebration in our communities. Thank you so much again. Dance Expressions, well put together. Let's give them a round of applause one more time. And I am a woman of my word. And you have a right to the phone card, the phone card, the phone card. The first song you heard there with Dance Expressions. Our viewers on the Facebook and Instagram page at NFPB Jamaica. The winner is, the first winner for today, is Tashika Folks on Facebook. I asked the question, name one of the rights. So the Charter of the Fundamental Rights. And the answer came in, a right to marriage and to start a family. So we're going to give her credit, whichever credit she needs, the Digicel or the Flow. All right, my team will sort that out. Let's move to our keynote speaker. Esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everybody who have rights, and that's each and every one of you watching. My colleagues in the media, it gives me a great pleasure now to introduce to you a woman like no other. She was bouncing and enjoying the last performance. All right, she fits in everywhere where there's goodness and where there's education and where there is uplift. Let me tell you a little about her. She hails from a little line of strong, well, from not a little line, a line of strong women. Anybody ever heard of the community Bailey's Vale? No? Just a, what? You never know about this, so? Enough bright people come from there, you know. Well, here is Education 101. Everybody have a right to education here today. So Bailey's Vale is a little town, a little place right outside of Port Maria, my people. She's humble. She's from there. She's loyal, and she's just as passionate about the course of justice as she was when she first fell in love with law, which is, well, that sparked in your youth, right? That was when you were a young girl from Bailey's Vale. It is her love for the law and her mantra, live and let live, that has led to her Midas touch in her work. Prior to her present appointment, Mrs. Harrison Henry excelled as are you ready? We're all healthy and we're all fit, right, Minister? So I'm going to run through it. Watch how fit I am. Are you ready? Let me take a deep breath. She has excelled as member of the Jamaica Bar Association, member of the Jamaica Council on Human Rights, and the chairman of the Independent Jamaica Council for Human Rights, and that's what we're talking about today. Chairman of the Jamaica Bar Council 1997 to 2007, secretary of the American Association of Jurists, the Jamaican chapter. Vice President of the Jamaican Bar Association, member of the Consultative Committee of Bench and Bar, chairman of the Independent Jamaican Council for Human Rights, member of the Police Civilian Oversight Authority, member of the Resident Magistrates Court Rules Committee. I'm still going there. Oh, Minister, I'm still running. Member of the Police Service Commission, director and company secretary of the Jamaica Foundation for Lifelong Learning, ministerial appointment, by the way. Consequently, it is no surprise, my people, that she was selected for her current role. Please help me welcome to this platform an ardent lover of old hits, orchids, and human rights, the first female public defender of Jamaica. Drum roll, Mrs. Arlene Harrison Henry. Woo! What a woman. And where she come from, people? Bailey's Vale. Where is it? Outside of where? Port Maria. My lady, the floor is yours.
Howdy do, everybody. I certainly cannot keep up with that level of energy. So I will do my thing in my own measured way. But thank you for that very warm introduction. And indeed and in fact, Bailey'sville is very dear to my heart. And I certainly regard it as part of my ancestral home. And still love it dearly. So again, we meet on an important day, Human Rights Day 2020. And I want to observe and accept the protocols that have been established by Madam Moderator. And I think my first task is to extend warm congratulations to the National Family Planning Board on launching today, Human Rights Day, our human rights mass media campaign, which is dubbed Virtual Respect Tour. There could be no better day to have this launch than Human Rights Day 2020, which is celebrated under the theme, Rebuild Better, Stand Up for Human Rights. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights, adopted in 1948 by the United Nations General Assembly, has stood the test of time as a foundational document. It proclaims the universality of rights of all people, regardless of race, color, religion, sex, sexual orientation, social status, or any other status. Many of the rights, however, espoused in the Universal Declaration on Human Rights remain aspirational, not only in Jamaica, all over the world, whether in poor countries, middle-income countries, or rich countries. On this day, Human Rights Day, we get an opportunity to reaffirm our commitment to the importance of constitutional and human rights. But today is also a day where we must ask ourselves the real hard question: how much of this professed commitment is translated in policy? Jamaica is described in our Constitution as a free and democratic society, yet we continue to witness security forces picking up young men for processing and other what the Office of the Public Defender regards as abuses. The years 2018, 19, and 20 witnessed wide-scale abuses of constitutional rights, and it is our opinion that this is not a good legacy for our country. We have come into an era where the pandemic has blown open for all of us to see the vast inequalities in our society, but not only the Jamaican society, across the world, vast inequalities. And to give you an example, access to education, healthcare, social welfare programs. We at the Office of the Public Defender, on a day like today, Human Rights Day, suggest that we need to reset our agenda for development and use human rights standards to address entrenched systemic intergenerational poverty, inequalities, exclusion, and discrimination. We need to recalibrate our society using human rights standards and principles. we want to acknowledge the invaluable partners we have found in the National Family Planning Board, another rights-based organization. For OPD, this partnership has been an easy fit. We have enjoyed the energy of the National Family Planning Board in our meetings. We haven't always agreed, but we have always found common ground and mutual respect. We have partnered on the Respect Tours and now the media campaign under the theme, Know Your Rights. The choice of the media, the choice of the mass media as our vehicle in this continuing endeavor to pursue developmental objectives could not have been better, as rare is the entity that is a more effective pillar of power than the mass media. It was in May 1968, 52 years ago, that the United Nations International Conference meeting in Tehran declared that family planning is a human right. But family planning is not only a matter of human rights, it is also central to women's empowerment, reducing poverty, and achieving sustainable development. Here in Jamaica in 2018, the Economic and Social Survey, in reviewing the National Family Planning Board's 2017 operations, had this to say. The National Family Planning Board continued to advance its mandate to provide guidance, leadership, and advocacy, and the implementation of quality, equitable sexual health education and services to enable all Jamaicans to achieve optimal sexual health outcomes throughout their life course. Human rights-based family planning involves the application of key human rights principles to how programs are planned, implemented, monitored, and evaluated. So policies, plans, and programs can only be considered rights-based if they are designed and implemented to respect, protect, and fulfill certain principles for all people. Ensuring that human rights principles are at the center of family planning policies and programs and measurements are critical to growing sustainable, equitable, and effective programs with lasting impact. With the launch of the mass media human rights campaign today, Human Rights Day, it is timely for us, we submit as OPD and we submit to Jamaica to make a fresh start, a rights-based start in respect of policy formulation and implementation in the rebuilding and recovery of our society after COVID-19. That rebuilding should have as its foundations an end to all forms of stigma and discrimination and all forms of exclusion. For too long, we have lived in a country in which vast sections of our population have been excluded from quality education, excluded from quality health care, and excluded just from the joy of being alive and having services that are required as a human being to properly live, breathe, and enjoy life. We recommend a recalibration of our country where there is meaningful tackling of inequalities and lack of equal opportunities. As we look back and as we look forward to a recovery That recovery must be aimed at promoting social cohesion, dignity of all persons, and the creation of opportunities for all. And those opportunities are economic, social, and cultural. Ladies and gentlemen, Madam Moderator, those are my words. I thank you so much.
Wow, thank you. A recalibration. You said something there as you were speaking, you know, I get excited about this stuff because when we talk about an economic recovery, it also means that we have to empower the people to feed themselves. And it's not going to happen by begging money internationally. If we really want all of these rights, I'm hearing a lot of what you're saying, we have to have, it's such a big conversation, rights, isn't it? And intergenerational pain, trauma, and poverty. When does it end? So that there won't be this kind of discrimination, where the health care can begin in the home. Everything starts in the home, where we can make sure that we start by eating healthy. We have to re-educate and re-engineer the minds of our people, even the sexual health. When we talk about the sexual health, the NFPB, I remember being on the road, traveling, and the way that the NFPB through Janoy was able to, I don't know if you remember, the way he could speak about, you know, the words that we shy away from, the genital areas, the penis and the vagina, and the way that we spoke about sex to empower and educate. In Maypen, I remember a young man saying that, you know, his sister said when the first time him do it, him not for wearing no boots. And I'm saying, this is how people are speaking? I mean, we really have to change the way we educate using mass media and early childhood if we're really going to achieve this ambitious human rights. So I'm passionate about it, and I hope you are too, because everybody have rights. Stand up for your rights, and let's have that conversation every single day. So NFPB and all partners, this is a good day. Everybody say this is a good day. All right. And we spoke of cultural infusion in all of this. So we're going to invite Dance Expressions back to the platform before we move to the overview of this great campaign, its development, and how each and every one of you watching can play your part. Because it's not one group alone. We all have a role to play if we are going to achieve rights and equality for all. Dance Expressions.
Everybody have rights. Man, woman, and child, whether you're big or small. Everybody have rights. Look out for one another, we are sister and brother. Everybody have rights. Nobody no fi intimidate you. Nobody no fi discriminate you. As human being, respect you. Learn your rights, learn to protect you. Everybody have rights. Man, woman, and child, whether you're big or small. Everybody have rights. When you know your rights, you can't go wrong.
I wasn't ready for the end. I thought you were going to do a whole, you know, medley like before. Thank you so much, Dance Expression. All right, and ladies and gentlemen, if you want to learn how to dance, you know who to speak to before you leave. All right, we're having a good day today, and I want to now move to the next part so you can play your part. It's to discuss the campaign and the process. I invite Miss Nicola Cousins. Not yet? Oh, not yet. Nicola Los, why are they doing this to me? I'm going to give away another credit card, phone card. What's that? No, I wish I... I'm not giving away a credit card, Joy. You know, those things cost you more than what they give you. Trust me, I know. I remember when somebody at a bank called me and said, oh, we have a credit card for you. I was like, I need some cash. I said, I still have pay it back. Don't do it if you don't have to. All right. No, so I don't want to put anybody in any more financial challenges, seeing we've all been through it during this COVID-19 pandemic, or should I call it a COVID-19 retreat? Time, because we're going to come out of this good, you know. No fear, no fair. We're going to come out of this even better. So the question is, boy, what's the question? No. All right, we're going to keep it simple. No, keep it hard. All right, here's the question. I need you to complete this sentence, one of the rights that I read earlier. All right? And you know, I love the picnic them, because I say talk up youth. So it has to relate to children, this one. All right. And before I do, get a chance to watch the AccuWalk series on YouTube. So when we were looking at children not understanding their rights, as a producer, right, I decided to create and break down the Constitution, the Convention of the Rights of the Child, and the different articles into a 5-minute animated series using puppets, which would teach children in a new way to have a new thought about how they look at their society and their environment. And it has so many positive messages and values embedded in the episodes. AccuWalk on YouTube, please. If we want to start the conversation about rights with a little picnic them, I beg you to share that series, because we put it together with support from UNICEF, me and my team, because we thought it was important. You see, media has the power to heal, to change minds, and if we don't infuse all of this and proper values to get us out of poverty in these spaces, I believe we are doomed. So if each and every one of us are having that conversation today, I had to add my part. So I also want to give you something. Here's the right. Complete this sentence. The right of every child who is a citizen of Jamaica to public educational institution at the pre-primary and... No, some of my team didn't get it right. You see, even when we're working in this area, so we may get it wrong. See, I'm going to have to teach my team, you know. See, my bosses never get it right. No, I'm joking. That's the question. Complete that sentence and you will win a credit courtesy of NFPB, the team here today, the Virtual Respect Tour team. All right, are we ready? So we're moving on, okay, and I will announce who the winner is in just a minute. So, Miss Nicola Cousins, are you ready to deliver for us an overview of the campaign development process? Thank you so much.
Afternoon, everyone. I really do hope my presentation, well, I'm going to make it very brief because the big moment is just, I'm standing between you and the big moment, right? So the purpose of my presentation is to outline for you why we decided to develop the Human Rights Mass Media Campaign, and to just give a brief overview of the process, what the process was like. All right, so in 2017, a baseline survey was done which showed that Jamaicans are really very skeptical about human rights. They see it as an imposition from Western countries, and they feel that human rights only apply to certain people. Yes? So we felt that we needed to do a basic human rights to dispel some of these commonly held myths. You can skip. So, in order to know what to include in the Human Rights Campaign, we did a formative assessment, which included 5 focus groups consisting of persons from the primary and secondary target audiences of the campaign. And we got participants from rural and urban communities, because, you know, they come on saying, Kingston is not Jamaica. So we ensured to have representation from persons in rural areas. In order to get the campaign going and to get, you know, a representative view, we comprised a technical advisory panel of all our partners. So government was represented, the faith-based organization, our civil society partners, and of course, the Office of the Public Defender, which is a commission of parliament. Now, between January and March, we were able to have face-to-face meetings. But when COVID hit, we had to transition to virtual interactions. So between April and this month, we have been meeting virtually. We also had 5 focus group discussions. Or did I say that already? Yes, so I really want to hurry up, so. The goal of the campaign is to really increase awareness of basic human rights among the Jamaican population. And the objectives of the campaign: to increase knowledge of basic human rights, empower Jamaicans to report human rights violations, and to promote a human rights-based approach to service delivery. I hope I'm not going too fast. All right. So what is the call to action? What are the main messages of this campaign? What it is that we want people to do after, being exposed to the campaign materials? Really, we want people to know their rights. We want you to report rights violations. We want to get rid of the culture that says inform of the dead. If something happened to you, and you really just need to make a report about it, because we do have the institutions in place to address your reports, right? We want to emphasize the need for quality service for all. And as we say, this is the respect tour, respect due every time. Yes? So those are our calls to action. What rights did the campaign focus on? So if you were listening to the radio broadcast earlier, you would have heard the public defender say that, she would have wanted the campaign to look at many more rights. But the truth is, as you can see from the 2 banners behind me, the UDHR alone has 30 articles, right? 28 of which are rights. And then the Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedoms that we have here in Jamaica, in our Jamaican Constitution, of a whole other bag of rights. So we really had to just choose, and so we chose 4 specific rights, 3 from the Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedoms, because we wanted to emphasize our human rights instrument here in Jamaica, which is our Constitution, and 1 from the UDHR. So I'm going to take you now through the 4 rights. So we focused on the right to life, liberty, and security of the person. I'm not going to read out all of it, so if you can see the slide, please. And then the second one, the right to equitable and humane treatment by any public authority in the exercise of any function. One of the issues we had with the campaign was the language. The language of human rights is complex, and we had great difficulty in trying to simplify while trying to maintain the essence and the meaning of the rights. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, in your own time, you would have to do some reading, get your dictionary, and help to break down some of these big words. So I think now I'm at the 3rd right that we're focusing on, the right of everyone to protection from search of the person and property, respect for and protection of private and family life, and privacy of the home, and protection of privacy of property and of communication. So like, what you do on your phone, your correspondences, your letters, that kind of thing. Those things are really to remain private. Yes? So the phone companies can't just hand over your data just so. They have to get permission from the court. And the last one, which we took from the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, is the right to health. That really comes under the whole social, is not protection, it escapes me now, right? The right to social security segment, yeah? So what did we develop for the campaign? We developed 7 types of materials, which we're going to show in a very short while from now. Infographics for placement on social media. We developed video graphics, billboards, the static ones, not the digital ones in this run. We did bus wraps. Hopefully there'll be JUTC buses, enough JUTC buses to accommodate our wraps. Jingle, so you just saw, well, I really shouldn't say just yet. And we did radio and television commercials, which is why this is a mass media campaign, because we have materials for both traditional and social media. Now, even before we decided to come here and launch, we ensured to observe an international best practice, which is to pre-test the materials. So we again convened 7 focus group discussions to get feedback on what the materials really should look like. Because although we had the technical advisory panel, we can sit there and conceptualize, but then the general public might want to see something entirely different from what we were proposing. And so that is really the reason for the pre-testing. I'm going fast because I'm really, really excited about the materials, yeah? And, you know, many activities are happening today. We had a clash. Some of our partners, you know, had a clash. But we felt we really had to launch a human rights campaign on Human Rights Day, because it is the most appropriate date to launch an authentic human rights materials campaign, sorry. What do I mean by that? There have been previous human rights campaigns. However, they would have employed euphemisms such as respect. But this campaign is really, really talking about human rights without any euphemism, using any other word to mean human rights. There were challenges. So there have been inordinate delays in agreeing on material design. Lord, the consulting firm. Well, I could write a book of our back and forth in, yes? And then there came COVID-19, which led to delays in the shooting of, say, the commercials. And a number of other delays, which have resulted in things like no-cost extensions to the contract to get us to where we are today, to now be able to launch to premiere the materials for you. And after today's launch, we will be placing the campaign materials, but in phases. So we're not going to rush to put all of them out, especially now that it's Christmas and you're going to have the Christmas ads. So we're going to do a little bit in December, and then come January and the ensuing months afterwards, you can see much of what is going to be shown now. So I'm looking at Multimedia Jamaica because I want them to play for me something nice and exciting to connote the anticipation and desire that I have for showing these materials to you now. Okay. So we're going to start off by previewing the infographics. Now, we decided to just show one of 6 infographics because they have many, many individual social media posts, and we really wouldn't be finished here today. I probably need to get a cordless mic so I can, walk you through. No, I want another, yes. All right, but you're looking at, so what you see at the top there is one of the campaign slogans, Know Your Rights, report any violations now, and the different agencies and entities to which you can report, and what specific violation you can report to each agency. Right, so there are about 10 of them in this series, so I'm just going to ask you to just move it right along, yes? So we're now at Jamaicans for Justice, no stranger to us. We're very familiar with the work that the JFJ does. JASL, Jamaica Aid Support for Life, you can bring your gender-based related incidents to them, as well as incidents of HIV discrimination, related discrimination. Jamaicans for Justice, the key thing to remember is know your rights, because you have to know your rights first before you can report violations, yes? And it's very important to know that the Legal Aid Council provides subsidized legal services for criminal and civil dispute cases. Yes, we're now at the Ministry of Education. Continue. And in the minister's speech, in her greeting, she did mention the Ministry of Health's complaint management system. So this is proof that it does exist. There's a number for you to call if there are any breaches in the public health delivery system. Yes? All right, and the Office of the Public Defender. And you notice we have the logos of the Ministry of Health, our parent ministry as National Family Planning Board, of course, and our main partner in the campaign development process, the Office of the Public Defender, right? Continue. So this is what our infographics, some of the infographics will look like when we do place across our social media platforms. So I want you to go now to number 2, which is the video graphics. Again, in the interest of time, we are going to showcase 2 of 3 infographics. Now the first one, could we get some audio? The first one speaks to redress. What is redress? What does it mean? Yes? And what you do in the event that your rights are violated. And then part 2 to this tells you where to go to report that your rights have been breached. And it's similar to the infographics that we would have shown. Because for a campaign to be effective, the materials must correlate. You must see continuity across all the materials. Yes? And so it's for emphasis if you notice any repetition here. Plus, there are people who will watch a video but not necessarily read an infographic. So, the repetition again is good across the materials. I hope you know, well, I can't say it because that's the campaign jingle you're hearing in the background. And every time I hear it, my one broke out into a dance. It sounds sweet, you know? All right. You can go to the other video graphic. And again, I keep mixing up the terminologies. You can go to the other video graphic. I mentioned to you that we deliberately chose to promote the Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedoms because that is where our human rights are enshrined as Jamaicans in our Constitution. And in 2011, our Constitution was amended to include even more rights in the form of the Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedoms. This is still a work in progress. Like I said, I mentioned to you that we had some challenges, but I wanted to show you what we're going to do with this when we finalize it is to use the jingle as the background music. So again, we have consistency across all the materials. So you can stop showcasing this one now, but I wanted you to see at least 2 of the 3 video graphics. Then I think we are going now to the billboards. I tell you, this was one of the most contentious. I say, where to put the hand, what color to write the words in, if it must slant, if it's straight, if the background must blue. I tell you, you can skip. This one now, you can see we use the Jamaican flag. We integrated the flag the map, not the flag. We're not allowed to use the flag. I must clarify that. We're not allowed to use the flag. However, the shape of the map, yes, the word human rights, and one of our campaign slogans, know your rights, report any violations now, and a number for you to call. We didn't want to put too much information because remember, this is a static billboard and you're just driving past. So you look up and you see it and you just remember one number for you to call if you are experiencing human rights violations. And then this is the billboard that I think is most loved. Now, for those of you who are hearing me, and you can give your feedback on the materials in comments on the social media platforms. Tell me which one you like, because the thing is, although we're launching, we still have an opportunity to go back to the consultant to say, the people say, change some of this. So we have a little time to really, really finalize the materials. Yes? Could you go back to the one with the character? Right. So if you notice, everybody have rights. So you see a Rastaman, you see a Muslim, you see a lady in a wheelchair, someone who has lost his sight, a pregnant woman, children, and a Chinese. Because everybody have rights. Yeah? So you can skip. All right, and then, these are just the design outside of the mock-up on the billboard. The other, we move now to the, I don't have my thing in front of me. Bus wraps, the JUTC buses. So, again, for continuity, we're using the billboard, what we had on the billboard for the buses. Of course, the advantage to that is that you're closer to the buses, so you see greater detail on the bus than on the billboard. And again, this is just the design outside of the mock-up on the bus. And notice our logos again: Ministry of Health, National Family Planning Board, Office of the Public Defender. All right? So we had several partners, but of course it's impossible to put everybody's logo on the campaign materials, so we really just had to make a decision, and the 3 logos that you see here are those that we agreed upon. Coming down now to the big ticket items. Where are we now? All right, so you know the jingle because you've heard it in the background for the video graphic. The dancers dance it. I wanted them to be dancing it now, but it didn't work. It couldn't work out like that. To be dancing it now while I introduce it, but but go ahead and play it. So this is the music bed that you will hear in the social media, in the video graphics. And like I said, every time you hear it, I want to rock out and go on bad. But I can't do that because I am working. You can actually play the jingle again. Yes?
Everybody have rights. Man, woman, and child, your big or small. Everybody have rights. Look up for one another.
We are sister and brother.
Everybody have rights. Nobody no fi intimidate you. Nobody no fi discriminate you. A serious thing.
Respect you, learn your rights, learn to protect you.
Everybody have rights.
Man, woman, and
Whether
child.
you're big or small. Everybody have rights. When you know your rights, you can't go wrong.
I wish I could bogle. Trust me. Yes. All right, so I think we reach radio. All right.
Wait, what you doing here?
This is radio, so you're not going to see any video.
That little thing I try start. But them no want help me. That's not right. You talk to the manager? Yes, say him too busy. But as a money man walk in, them run can help him. Everybody have the right to fair and just treatment. That's how the Constitution go. Come, we're going down there. And this time I have to help you and treat you with respect.
Everybody have rights. Brought to you by the National Family Planning Board and the Office of the Public Defender.
Wait, what you doing here?
Okay, so we're going now to the second of 2 radio commercials.
Morning, ma'am. Looking for a suspect in a current investigation and need to search the premises.
Then why you want to search my home, officer? Me and my family have a right to privacy, And we have a right to protect our home from illegal search. Can I see the search warrant?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You can come do your search, but me have to watch you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Everybody have rights. Brought to you by the National Family Planning Board and the Office of the Public Defender.
that the two commercials either of them focus on a particular right. So the one with the police focuses on the right to privacy, and the one with the two men focuses on the right to equitable and humane treatment. Yes? So we are now, oh, this is it. I went too fast. We reach TV now. Reach TV now. So you will now see video for what you heard only as audio.
Wait, what you doing here? I come to start out a license. That little thing me I try start. But him no want help me.
That not right. You talk to the manager?
Yes, but him flash me off. Say him too busy. But as a money man walk in, them run can't help him.
Everybody have the right to fair and just treatment. That's how the Constitution go. Come, we're going down there. And this time I have to help you and treat you with respect.
Everybody have rights. Brought to you by the National Family Planning Board and the Office of the Public Defender.
I hope you're commenting on the products to tell us, if you think, what you think about them in general. We won't be able to do many more changes, but there's still an opportunity for slight tweaking. All right, so in the pre-testing,
Morning, officer.
well, maybe I shouldn't say.
Looking for a suspect
just
in a
what?
current investigation and need to search the premises.
We have a right to protect our home from illegal search. You have a search warrant?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You can come do your search, but me have to watch you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Everybody have rights. Brought to you by the National Family Planning Board and the Office of the Public Defender.
I'm going to ask you to play that, to repeat that ad. Play it again, one more time.
Morning, officer.
Morning, ma'am. Looking for a suspect in a current investigation and need to search the premises.
We have a right to protect our home from illegal search. You have a search warrant?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You can come do your search, but me have to watch you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Everybody have rights. Brought to you by the National Family Planning Board and the Office of the Public Defender.
All right, now this is where I wished this was actually a face-to-face meeting, because I could use the opportunity to, poll the room and to see which one of the ads, which one of the materials you really, really liked, what you think we could still do some more work on, and just to get some general feedback. I don't know if any comments are coming in via social media. Yes? So if you are noticing any, Diane and Chantel, you can come and tell us quickly. But pretty much, those are our campaign materials. You should notice the common elements across the materials. You should notice the hand. So you notice the white hand on the billboards and the buses and so on. You notice the jingle for the background music in the campaign. And that is to aid in the recall, because, as I've said, we are following international best practice. So one of the things we will have to do after the campaign has been placed sufficiently long enough is to do a recall survey, and we will want to know how well the materials were received by the Jamaican public. So that's it from me, unless there's anybody who wants anything repeated. Yes? But that's it from me, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Nicola. Everybody have rights. Catchy though. Very catchy. And I'm glad you didn't broke out. It's a little too early for that. Well, she broke out the rights, but no. Thank you so much again for that overview, and we're looking forward to seeing it in all the public spaces, and hopefully it will resonate. All right, so I now bring to the platform our performer. She was a former Rising Stars contestant in 2009. She has continued to hone her craft in many ways, including as a backup singer for the Gargamel Buju Banton. Yes, she's a singer in her own right, of course. Like, what's an artist without the backing vocals? Come on, who brings a harmony? And she is going to perform a solo piece right here. Well, help me to welcome Adina Mari. Enjoy it, all our friends on social media. Enjoy the performance. Come, Adina, let me get your mic for you.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure for me to be here, be a part of this launch. As I sing for you guys, I hope you'll be entertained.
Some people live for the fortune. Some people live just for the fame. Some people live for the power, yeah. Some people live just to play the game. Some people think that the physical thing defines what's within, and I've been there before. That life's love all so full of the superficial, and some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all. If it ain't you, baby, if I ain't got you, baby. Some people want diamond rings, but some just want everything. But everything means nothing if I ain't got you, yeah. Some people search for a fountain. The promise is forever yours. Some people need 3 dozen roses, and that's the only way to prove you love them. Hand me the world on a silver platter, and what good would it be? No one to care, and no one who truly cares for me. And some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all. If it ain't you, baby, if I ain't got you, baby. Some people want diamond rings, and some just want everything. But everything means nothing if I ain't got you. Some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all. If it ain't you, baby, if I ain't got you, baby. Some people want diamond rings, some want everything. But everything means nothing if I ain't got you, yeah. If I ain't got you with me, baby, oh, there's nothing in this whole wide world don't mean a thing. If I ain't got you with me, baby.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
To you, somebody else's arms. Your eyes are echoing perfidia, forgetful of a promise of love you shared in another's charm. With a sad lemon, my dreams have faded like a broken melody. While the gods of love look down and laugh at what romantic fools we mortals be. And now I know my love was not for you, and so I'll take it back with a sigh. Perfidious one, goodbye. Suck it to me, baby. And now I know my love was not for you, and so I'll take it back with a sigh. Perfidious one, goodbye. Oh, oh, goodbye. Oh, oh, goodbye. Oh, oh, goodbye. Thank you. All right. Call you when I need you. My heart's on fire. You come to me, wild and wild. Oh, you come to me, give me everything I need. Give me a lifetime of promises and a world full of dreams. Speak a language of love like you know what it means. Oh, you can't be wrong. Take my heart and make it strong now, baby. You're simply the best. All right. You're better than all the rest. You're better than anyone I've ever met. I'm stuck on your heart, and I hang on every word you say. Tear us apart, and you know that I would rather be dead. In your heart, I see the signs of every night and every day. And in your eyes, I get lost, I get washed away. Oh, just as long as I'm here in your arms, I could be no better man. 'Cause you're simply the best. You're better than all the rest. You're better than anyone I've ever met. Oh, I'm stuck on your heart, and I hang on every word you say. Tear us apart, and you know that I would rather be dead. Each time you leave me, I start losing control. You're walking away with my heart. You're simply the best. You believe that, right? All right. Oh, you're the best. You're better than all the rest. You're better than anyone that I've ever met. Oh, I'm stuck on your heart, and I hang on every word you say. Tear us apart, and you know that I would rather be dead. Oh, you're the best.
Thank you. Thank you.
Lady Myrie,
You're not singing thing there.
let me tell you, Burger Man
Thinking out loud.
had to come into the show and mash up our show. A joke, a joke. Adina, great performance there. What a powerful voice. I know. I don't know if we have the other rhythm on there, do we? I know we're hearing an encore. I have also been tasked to deliver the vote of thanks, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. So, wow, that voice. Keep your eye out for her, people. Keep your eye out for her. Actually, I'm going to give away a couple things for you, a couple credit cards, not credit cards, phone cards. I'm going to say that right. All right. So what I'm going to do is just read the number to our viewers right before I deliver the vote of thanks, because we like to give away things when we can. I'm just giving away 2. So the first one, Digicel. All right, first one to get the number takes the credit. Are you ready? And this is for our colleagues in the room as well. Feel free to play. 67091 7018 0127. All right? If you got it, you've won yourself $200 worth of Digicel credit. And now, who won it? All right. What? Somebody right here at the Pegasus won it. Congratulations. Come on to our friends on Facebook and Instagram at NFPB Jamaica. Here is your opportunity to win $200 worth of Flow credit. The number is 23510-109-85134. Anybody? All right, good luck. I don't know who's going to win that one, but all the best. All right, actually, I'm going to give away 2 more. Another Digicel $200 credit. The numbers are going to be moving a lot faster, so you have to catch it. Here goes. $200 Digicel credit. Let's go. Get your fingers working. 9865361166311. All right, I'm going to be nice and do it again at the same speed. 9865361166311. All right, good luck. And for a $200 Flow credit, we'll be running the number at the same speed. Good luck to our human rights activists online and here at the Pegasus. 2388308212236. That's for $200 worth of Digicel credit. Again, because I'm a kind person, and I believe you all have a right to get this credit. I'm going to read it again at the same speed. Are you ready? This is the Flow 200. The numbers are 2388308212236. All right? All the best to you. I'm going to deliver the vote of thanks, and you got it? Well done. another one of our friends here today, live at the Pegasus for our launch of our big Virtual Respect campaign. Everybody have rights. Stand up for your rights. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, partners, the young, the wise, after an action-packed and edutaining afternoon, all that is left is to extend sincere gratitude to the persons without whom this event would not have been possible. Help me to thank all the persons who performed speaking engagements on radio and during the live stream, the technical advisory panel for their expert guidance and oversight in the campaign development process, all the participants in the formative assessment and pre-testing exercises whose invaluable input informed the campaign development and finalization process, Dr. Livingston White and Jacinth Gordon Blake, who executed the pre-testing apologies, where am I going? Delivered the pre-testing exercise, Pan Media Limited, the consulting firm, which put up with our numerous and unbearable requests for changes, producing draft after draft after draft, thanks to Nicola, no, a joke. The technical teams from Multimedia and Radio Jamaica, respectively, the procurement and accounting staff at the MOHW, the Ministry of Health and Wellness, and the NFPB, the hotel staff and all categories of support staff, and last but by no means least, a special big up to Judith Fishley, administrative assistant in the EERH unit, yes, and the comms PR teams at the MOHW and the NFPB, particularly Chantel Salmon and the great Diane Thomas. Thank you again to everyone who had anything to do with the production of this event. And to you watching, each and every one of you, we thank you for joining us on this tour. With enough respect, everybody have rights, and let us stand up for our rights and stand up for the rights of each and every Jamaican citizen. Report any violations now by calling 876-839-8000. 8000. Thank you, everybody. I'm Empress saying enough respect. Wanna walk good and let us live in a Jamaica by the end of next year, free from crime, free from sexually transmitted infections, free from poverty, free from everything which disrupt with greatness. All right? Wanna walk good. Thank you again. And be safe. Be safe. Bless you. Yeah. Free from COVID. Look at it. COVID is a mind thing, no joke.